All right, welcome back to Combust Astrology. My name is Liv. We're going to go ahead and get into the new moon in, no, yeah, new moon in Pisces. What am I saying? So, the new moon in Pisces is coming up. We're going to kind of be dealing with that on the 27th of February, 7:20, 20:30 ish at night. Um, so, let's dive into it. You're going to be seeing the chart on the screen. And we're going to have Mercury, Saturn, Sun, Moon, North Node, Neptune, and Pisces together. That's a nice start of a cycle, if you want it to be. Opposing a South Node and Virgo, so some sort of release to control. And then we have Uranus and Taurus having a sextile with the North Node, Neptune, Mercury, and Saturn. So we're doing some sort of disruption to your stability and probably also what you find to be comfortable. Jupiter is squaring Sun and Moon at the same time in Gemini, and we also have Mars having been direct, as I made a video about that in Cancer. So we have your emotions and how you feel, the Mars, affecting whatever it is that this thing is, which is going to be that Pisces conglomeration that we'll get into, having a direct conflict of interest with what you would choose to be a sense of stability, and also Jupiter and Gemini saying we need to exercise more options, all oppose a Virgo South node. And the kicker, Pluto in Aquarius is unaspected. If I'm reading this correctly, that's huge, right? This chart, Pluto in Aquarius is unaspected. That is huge. That's really big. It's almost like omitting power and everything that you're dealing with out of the equation and just looking at where you are right now with a dystopia. Yeah. Yeah, let's go with that. A dystopia, because the Piscean energy, it's setting the seeds for fantasy. And I want to say that looking at Pluto not being an aspect to anything, it's like, oh, this can't control that anymore. Like there's no effect from a higher authority with Pluto into that. Right before the start of a future Mars retrograde a few days after. And then you have also the Uranus and Taurus is trining that beautiful South Node in Virgo. Wow. Wow. I would definitely translate that to be the destabilizing factor is good because we can't keep going the way that things have been. And through chaos, like I've been saying in this period of time, the change is never peaceful. So, in the midst of all this, this chart could be so amazing for setting a long term cycle of a manifestation. Like, genuinely, such a good date for that. Venus is off to the side in Aries, and it is having a square to the Mars. That might be like we're trying to do something aggressively to start this movement just because it's out of pure emotion. And we're really keeping in mind, like in my podcast, my co-host AK and Kate had said how Venus people are really geared towards business and the finances and the money. And that really brings it out here that this could be something financially frustrating that you no longer want to be restricted from. And in this window of time for this day and a half, 2 days that you get to feel that way, it's like, this is what I'm doing. Since October of last year, we've had a lot of cycles that are starting things. And it's been kind of tedious to constantly say a new cycle, new manifestation, new this. But that's really what the time is. You're starting a whole lot because it's Pisces. We're about to give birth to a decade of changes. And of course, Pluto being in Aquarius now officially, it's a nice little boost with that. Now, in this chart, like I said, Pluto is not aspecting anything. So for once, it's like, let's look around and see what we got and let's make a change to that for our own good outside of the controls of power outside of us before we maybe consider everyone else near us? What do we want for ourselves? And as the collective would look at that, that's where I'd be like, all of us together. I'm American, so I live in America. So I am going to definitely refer to the American Civil chart, and the chart that we have has Taurus in the sixth house. Pluto is currently in the third, and we have Cancer in the eighth house, if I remember correctly. So that would make it so Gemini is on the descendant, Sag rising. Therefore, America being ruled by a Jupiterian sign, just the land of opportunity. And knowing that right now, Pisces, Pisces is definitely that fourth house. So to have this stellium happening for America's sake is to address the stuff at home. For whatever it might be at that period of time, we're definitely going to be looking at, yo, what are we doing in America, right? With this new moon, what are we setting our intention for long term? And then having Uranus and Taurus in the sixth house overlaid by Jupiter in the second is, instead of worrying about the destabilizing factors outside of the world, let's think about what would be happening here. Mars is currently, I don't remember America's Sibley chart completely. I know there are some placements, maybe there's a Jupiter, I don't know, in the eighth house. So it's like, we're emotionally fighting each other. And that's what we've been doing, ripping everyone's neck off. Everyone. Um, yeah. What else? Yeah, I think that's it. Anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching. My name's Liv. This is Casa Shanti, where I record, where I do readings on Sundays. I love doing what I do. Love you all, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care.